Welcome to iLecture Online. So how in GPS do we find a true geometric range, the distance from the satellites to the receivers, as accurately as possible? Well, first of all, we start with pseudo-ranges, and we know that those are way off because we have a certain amount of clock drift that we cannot account for. But at least it gets us into the ballpark of where the receiver might be. Then we do that calculation where we use 4 satellites and we use the 4 unknowns, the x, y, and z of the receiver and the time drift. And by assuming that the error for all 4 satellites is going to be the same because the error primarily comes from the receiver, and we're going to assume that all 4 satellite clocks are relatively the same in time, we can then estimate through the calculation what that time drift is of the receiver, and so therefore we get an even more accurate result for the distance, but not accurate enough. Now we need to compensate for a number of other things. So here we have the equation. To find the geometric range we call R, we need to come up with the pseudo-range, which of course is then adjusted for the clock drift, and then we have a change in the error in the orbital parameters, the errors in the receiver clock and the SV clock. We have the ionization, the ionosphere effect, we have the troposphere effect, we have the multipath delays, we have receiver noise, and we have effects caused by the relativity, both the general and special relativity effects. So notice that we have the pseudo-range, PR, we have the orbital errors, which are relatively large. Now you say, well, wait a minute, I thought we knew where the satellites were pretty accurately, and the answer is yes. But those orbital parameters that are calculated for different points, they are known for a specific point in time where the satellite is going to be accurately, but then as the hours go by, and before we can get everything reset, those orbital parameters of what we think the satellite is at and where the satellite is actually at is going to divert a little bit because there's all kinds of effects, gravitational effects and so forth, that kind of pull the satellite in a slightly different position than we expect them to be as they're calculated by the parameters. So we need to adjust for that. We need to adjust for the satellite clock bias. We know that there's going to be changes over time that we need to account for. We also need to work on the ionosphere delays, the tropospheric delays. We have models that we follow, and then depending upon what the conditions are in the atmosphere, we need to adjust for those varying conditions between day and night and different locations on the Earth and different seasons of the year. All those need to be accounted for. We need to account for the relativistic effects. Even though they're all small, we do need to account for it. And then the receiver clock bias. Now, the reason why that's not by far the largest error is because we already compensated for that by solving for time from the 4 satellite calculation. But still, after that, we still have relatively large bias or large difference in the clock time. We have multipath delays, so when a signal hits a building and then hits the receiver, so it's not directly hitting the receiver, we need to account for that. And any sort of receiver noise. The receivers aren't perfect, signal delays, and all that need to be accounted for. So you can see to get the true geometric range from a satellite to receiver, there's a lot of additional calculations that need to be done in the software to compensate for all these various aspects where we can be off by just a little bit, and over time, and all together, they do add up to relatively large errors if we were not compensating for them. So that is how we find the true geometric range. After we find the pseudo-range, then we do the 4 satellite calculation, and then we adjust for all the other factors that may offset the true distance between the satellite and the receiver. And that is how it's done. And that was our dog. Hearing something at the front door.